This is your Weather Xtreme video for Sunday, November the 30th. I'm meteorologist Brian Peters. Thanks for tuning in. And November closing out on a much warmer note than it certainly began. There's a look at our Skycam network, and Rivalry Saturday was a big day. Congratulations to the Seminoles for winning, and congratulations to Alabama. It looks like Alabama and Auburn had quite a shootout down there at Tuscaloosa. And looking at the Birmingham Skycam, we do have some low clouds this morning. We can see the city lights reflecting off those low clouds. And a little patchy fog in spots too. The surface high pressure has moved off into the Atlantic that we saw along the eastern seaboard yesterday, and that has allowed the moisture levels to come up with moisture and good southerly flow returning across the lower Mississippi River Valley. In the upper atmosphere, we have seen more of a zonal flow with just a slight southwesterly component, and that is helping to bring high-level moisture across the area. Thanks to that southwesterly flow, the temperatures have warmed up nicely across the central sections of the country. It's hard to believe that this is almost the 1st of December, and yet temperature values at 5 o'clock in the morning, generally in the 60s and 50s as we head up into the Ohio River Valley. Across central Alabama, temperatures a little bit warmer this morning, as most spots generally in the 50s. QPF-wise, the rain over the next 5 days is going to come primarily Monday and into early Tuesday, and that's going to be in the form of showers as the weak front moves into the area and washes out. Storm Prediction Center has no thunderstorms forecast for day 1. They do have some thunderstorms forecast for day 2, but nothing severe. And we're closing out the 2014 hurricane season in the tropical Atlantic, and there's no activity. All right, here's the modeling and some interesting things going on and some model differences. There's the high-pressure system off the out in the Atlantic that's nosing across the southeastern U.S. and keeping us nice and warm. In the upper atmosphere, we do see a slight troughiness develop in the central plains, but the storm track is well to our north. This is Monday at midday. And with the storm track well to our north, it looks like a front will come down into the area with the surface high settling in to the vicinity of Chicago and Milwaukee, and that will keep things cooler up there, but that brings the front down into our area, and it should wash out in the Tennessee River Valley by Tuesday. The flow becomes a little bit more zonal on Tuesday, and again, that means the front loses its push, and the front should wash out, and we see that showing up in the surface map. We see a fairly substantial trough moving through the western Great Lakes on Wednesday, and that will once again bring a front down into the Ohio River Valley on Wednesday. And the GFS and the European are a little bit different. They're somewhat similar, but they're off a little bit. The European a little bit more bullish with the colder air than what the GFS is, but still model differences are not huge. We get out to Thursday, and we see that the zonal flow does have some embedded short waves in it. We see one over Kansas and Nebraska and Iowa. And once again, that means that the front has no push to get down further, so it looks like it stays to our north on Thursday. Friday, the flow remains zonal, and once again, we see these little embedded short waves, one over about Shreveport and one over the mid-Atlantic states. And again, that means the front's going to push down into the area, so by the end of the week into Friday and Saturday, we'll have to introduce the chance of showers once again with the front being in the area, but certainly no major rain event. By Saturday, we see the ridge over the Gulf holding, and again, the main storm track well to our north. And then by Sunday, a week from today, we're beginning to see the pattern change as we see a fairly substantial trough coming down into the western Great Lakes area. And once again, that has a front with it that will, with the increased moisture, and that will keep things somewhat unsettled as we head into the end of the weekend, of next weekend. And model differences are fairly substantial when we get out this far. The European, not nearly as bullish on the precipitation as the GFS is, and certainly not in our area, as you can see from this chart. Looking out into Voodoo Country, we have an interesting development. Looks like while December is starting on a somewhat warm note, Looks like we're going to cool off as we head into the latter parts of the 1st of December. Around the 9th, this is 228 hours out, and we see a fairly substantial trough over the eastern half of the country and a very substantial trough around 348 hours. This is the 14th of December. And this one has a real cold core low over the southeastern U.S., and this could spell some winter precipitation for somebody. But don't get your hopes up too soon. Remember, this is way out in voodoo country, and you know what happens in voodoo country. Tomorrow it may be completely gone in the next model run. So we'll just do some idle speculation on winter weather possibilities. But it is December, so just keep that in mind. Well, that'll do it for the Weather Xtreme video for this Sunday morning. James Spann will be back with the next edition first thing on Monday morning. In the meantime, I hope that you have a great Sunday and Godspeed.